Okay, so it's July 17th and this is a redo of the borders, which have absolutely been transformed since the last one I did in May. I'm having to stand back to get them all in. It's amazing the way they're filled out. This is the original border. That pink beautiful Roger series is just floating on top. Things like the Lichinis have come back. That's the one that I thought was dead last year and it's actually come back now. We've even got a Salvia back. I thought we'd lost all those. The Rudbeckias have really come out beautifully and have added some great colour to the borders. The Tetrapanax has gone absolutely mad when you compare that to last time. Dahlias I've planted this year are looking fantastic. Gareth's tree continues to be the best one of the lot. The most amazing thing are the cannas. I mean, this last video in May, all you could see was a grey wall. There wasn't any canna coming up at all. They're just fantastic. These here are the ones I grew from seed, called the Lady of or Madeira, or the Maid of Madeira, or something like that. But they're going to come out with great big purple spikes. The castor oil plants again have come up from nothing. They just weren't there before. They're looking fantastic. Again, more Rudbeckias. The banana plant has gone mad, although the wind has been horrendous over the last few days and it's really shredded the leaves. The lilies are coming on. The oleander, which I got inspired by with a trip to Spain earlier in the year, has come on beautifully. There's another one on the other side. Again, more cannas. The Persicaria is all over the place, took loads of cuttings. Really pleased to see more of the Dahlias. This is the Bishop of Landale. And at the back here we've got more cannas, more Rudbeckias. They just, I'm so pleased with the way they've all come up. The Crocosmia, again, bulbs I planted this year at the front. I think they will flower. They're starting to see flowers on them now, which is fantastic. The Impatiens, these are cuttings when we lost that one last year, the main one. And again, more Dahlias, more Rudbeckias. This is a green castor oil plant, which I'm going to need to stake. The Cercis, the tree looks fantastic. Pigeon doesn't seem to be bothered about me there. And again, this Impatiens is a cutting. It just came from a cutting, so that's going to be fantastic. Got things like the geraniums haven't quite come out yet. Loads of Rudbeckias, more bananas again. Fatsia put in the spring has come up beautifully. Just a fantastic display. And then going round to the vegetables, I've kind of given up on the vegetables this year. It hasn't been great, and I'm not going to bother with lots of them next year. The lemon tree has come back beautifully. I'd lost half of that, but I stuck with it, and it's worked. No flowers on it yet, but a lot of the other stuff I'm not going to bother with in future. This is one of the Dixonians I got from the garden in Hamwell. I kind of almost gave up on the seeds in the succession, but I planted some last week, and not even last week, 4 or 5 days ago, and it's been amazing what's come up. I need to give them a water again this morning. So I've got some beetroot going here. We've had loads of really good beetroot. These salads are fantastic, mixed salads. These have all come up in the last few days, so it's kind of jigged me up again a little bit. Lots of stuff going on here. The Tetrapanax cuttings, which they said I might lose, I've actually managed to keep that one. That's going, so I think that'll be a cracker next year. The Brugmansias have stayed. And here I've got a few more things I can plant out that I thought I may have lost. Something like, you know, some of the bananas and ensetis have survived. Got some good early strawberries, but since then, no, and I might stop those again next year. This has been a cracking little bit. Got loads of beetroot and salad, especially the Laura Rossa. Got loads of that out this year. Again, I haven't seen anything to beans yet, but they're flowering, so they'll come soon. Tomatoes have been disappointing. They're starting to come out now, so maybe they won't end up being so disappointing. But don't think I'll bother. And again, I think with the in terms of the fruit, these things are a waste of time. Don't get anything off them really. And here, got some really good beetroot out of here this year. Loads and loads of salad. That worked well. Got a rogue tomato in there. Got loads of onions out of here. Got some cauliflowers in here, which I must actually start to use because they're going to start getting too hard. Again here, get loads of salad out of that, but we waste of time with cabbages. They just get eaten by cabbage flies, so I'm not going to bother with those next year. Celery's doing very well. Leeks look as if they're doing okay as well. Ella's doing fine, aren't you, Ella? Then a real big success has been this gravel garden, the dry succulents. This has been amazing how these have grown. I'm really pleased. Now, one of the Buddha's smiling, and the Trachycarpus that I was worried about has actually come back. I've cut a lot of crap off it and it looks as if it's doing well. I'm feeding it a lot better, a lot more this year, but the size of them, that Aeonium there, it was tiny when I put it in. So this is really thriving. And I love the way these have come up like something out of a sort of a weird film. It's fantastic. And then here again, I know that this is jasmine on the back wall now. I'd forgotten on the last one, so hopefully now come the winter, it's a winter flowering or winter smelling jasmine. And then again, loads more things here: dahlias, persicaria, the rudbeckias. That's one of these spiky ones. I forgot what it's called. It's really starting to grow. Wow, this is growing massively now. This is one of the ones I've got. It's called a Solanum Quintessa Narengia, but it's got really nasty spiky leaves. The other oleander that I put in earlier in the year remind me of Spain. More rudbeckias, beautiful cannas starting to come up here now. The holes are really filling in. More dahlias. I've got the Dixonia that I got from the place in Hamwell for little or nothing. I'm also looking at the clematis. That's done well this year. I'm going to be a lot more careful with that next year. I've got the coneflowers to come up, Echium, they'll be here soon. Brugmansia's really come on here. Hoping we'll get some flowers off that now. That'll be soon. Another impatiens in the back there. Must get some different colours of those. The Ensetti's looking great. These borders are really filling. I'm getting rid of a lot of these grasses this time. Took me a long time to work out what they were, but they're really nasty grass, and I'm just going to get rid of it because it spreads far too quickly. Again, another clematis. I thought I got two different colours there, but obviously not. Nothing on the fruit trees, which is disappointing. Nothing. Apple, peach and pear. Got no fruit out of those at all. Don't know whether it's too early yet, but that's a bit disappointing. The butterbur again is another one that hasn't come up. The Fatsia has done really well. Got no idea what this is. I don't know whether this is a weed or not. I can't seem to see anything at the bottom of it. There's no tag on it. I think this might be another salvia. I'm hoping it is. Seb's palm went through the roof. Had some beautiful flowers on that. The greatest thing of all is we'll get our sagos back. I'm really going to have to do some care with them this year. We thought we'd lost them, but they've come back. This one not quite so well. Lilies were unbelievable, but they're going to have to come out this year, the end of this year, and the bulb's going to have to be rechanged because they're going to break the pot. It's just bursting full of life. Here the Fatsias, cannas. The black lace is gorgeous. The tree grew beautifully this year. The climbers at the back are looking fantastic. More cannas, more rudbeckias. These, in the last video there, you could hardly see anything in this pot. But the cannas have grown magnificently. This Ensetti has more than doubled in that time. This has been really disappointing this year, the Dixonia, but there's lots of new stuff coming out, so I'm feeding it a lot more than I was before. And again, this border is just jammed up. These have been great. All the planters, they've come on really well. Got some lovely bulbs coming out of there, some grasses. They look fantastic. And again here I've got another green castor oil plant, another Ensetti tucked away in there. This banana plant here got broken by the wind, but it's coming back nicely. The Dixonian's done well there. I think that's definitely from a feeding point of view has worked. And then the succulent thing has come back from nothing to flower. I'm really pleased with the planters. Got some great lilies coming out there all the way around. The Brugmansia, oh, so not Brugmansia, but the Gunnera has grown massively. Got a second flower coming out on that one now. And all these are doing the same. And again, the canna lilies, last time I took this 8 weeks ago, there was nothing there. These have really come on beautifully. And I finished with the rosemary last year, or last month, and I'll finish it with it again now, which looks fantastic. So we'll again be cut back after flowering. Really pleased with what's happening.